Yeah, I mean,
We did a lot of wheel requests. We have been.
we did it, and it was really
We
fun.
get some wheel requests.
We did it. Johnny and I did it on Wednesday.
Yeah,
I didn't.
that's true.
Oh, for the outro.
Yeah.
Okay, and welcome back to the all new nerds. We're at the podcast, guys. Lightsaber intro. Get the lightsabers out,
Love the
lads.
lightsaber intro.
Lightsaber intro. It's me, Klieg Lars. Yo, this is kind of sick. Not gonna lie. This looks pretty cool. Oh, my sound is off because it's just way too loud.
No, I know.
If you're
I have a
audio
soft
only,
sound, man.
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
We have
it's
lightsabers
me.
out.
It's Levi.
All right, deactivate.
Klieg Lars,
Deactivate.
Dylan, Dark Yoda, and Johnny in excruciating
off.
pain.
Turn
it off.
Hello, everybody.
We're back
How
to
you
just vibe. It's spring break for the lads. Spring break
Not
is
for
it.
me. Mine was 2 weeks ago.
It's come to a close for me.
Well, yeah, to me it's sort of the end. I'm drained from school.
Get me off the
But
screen.
we're done. So let's I got my Target shelf in.
What have we got
What have you been up
talk
to?
about? Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Well, I had an awful day today. If you guys in excruciating pain, that's what my name is for today, and it's because I am in excruciating pain. Today, so I live in Boston. I go to school in Boston, and Tom Holland and Zendaya are in Boston.
Yes, sir.
And they were on my campus today, and they were at a cafe. And I was 2 buildings away from them at work, and I couldn't leave. And I also didn't find out till a little later because there were some people who were throwing it around, but I thought it was jokes at first. But then I found out.
Oh yeah,
it's real.
Zendaya's right around the corner. It's her and Tom are right there.
Yeah.
And you're like, bah.
No chance.
Oh.
No chance.
No,
What
some
they be
people
doing
no,
in
because there was a picture, but then there was like it did not look like them genuinely. Like I still looked at it like later, and I was like, that does not look like them. But then there were other pictures, and yeah, it was them. So I missed them. I think Zendaya is filming a movie in Boston right now. I think Tom is visiting her, so I'm hoping I catch them at some point. That'd be kind of cool if maybe see him tomorrow. Who knows?
Just hanging out.
Because I'm pretty sure they're staying. There's a bunch of hotels by my school, so I imagine
get him
they're
on the
staying
pod.
at one of them. Yeah, I'll ask Tom.
Zendaya. Quick, can you open the StreamYard real quick?
Yeah, I'll ask them to. Actually,
Can you open the yard, Tom?
Let me hit him up. So yeah, that's what happened to me, and I'm it hurts.
Hopefully, it's not your last chance.
All my feed is just those pictures.
They're definitely filming a movie because who chooses to chill in Boston?
And I'm pretty sure they were Zendaya was at my school's bookstore on Thursday. I'm pretty sure that's from what I heard. I don't know if that's a joke or not, but there's been a lot of false reports of this lately.
Right.
So that's why I'm going. Yeah. So, anyways, that's been my day. So I've
you've been taking L's.
Remember?
Lately.
Yeah.
Johnny's been taking.
It's kind of Johnny's life.
Mm.
One big L.
Didn't get that. I know nobody knows what I'm talking about. Didn't get that LA thing either. The campus.
Oh really?
Dude, you really have just been taking L's.
Nope.
And it hit me last night too. Like literally an unironic like laying in bed, eyes open moment. Like Johnny paid the security deposit again.
I forgot about that. Yeah. And
you've paid.
It's not that. It's 25. It's not that bad.
Okay, but you've paid that sideshow security deposit like 5 times.
Yeah.
Between the two of them, you've spent
because I keep switching through my cards
Yeah.
to get canceled. Anyways, nobody. It's for a Hot Toys.
You
Anakin,
spent
that's what we're talking
so much money on the unrefundable.
So there's an option for Hot Toys figures on Sideshow where you can do monthly payments, and there's a security deposit. When you first buy them, it's 25, and I've had all the issues with my card.
He keeps paying it again. He keeps going like, I'm doing it again.
This is the one. This is the one. I actually just got my first charge today.
And it's because it's lost his card.
Lost my wallet.
Lost his wallet. In the great city of New York.
I still think it's it is not been stolen. I know that's not been stolen. I know it's sitting somewhere, which bothers me. So I'm holding out.
Yeah.
For a little bit of hope. Holding out. I haven't canceled them. Nope. I haven't canceled them yet. I have Apple Pay.
I feel like that's kind of unwise.
No, I know. I have Apple Pay, so it's been fine.
Babel Bay?
Babel Bay? Okay.
Yeah. Anyways,
got that.
Yeah, I
thank you guys.
remember-
I hope you guys enjoyed that.
Got me acting unwise.
Just a little,
remember-
you know.
I was having
pain.
I was having a
pain.
day in Boston once, chilling at the Commons with some friends. This was a while ago, and this is like when like the height of Stranger Things, I think, maybe like season 2-ish. And I saw the
This is a while
actors
ago.
and for
Oh,
Nancy
yeah,
and
someone has
Jonathan
a
because
moment. Yep.
they were dating or either are dating.
Yeah,
and
they
were just
were.
walking through the
They were at the
Commons.
time.
And I
Yep.
just made the decision, even though they were taking pictures with people, I was like, I'm not gonna bother them.
What?
I'm not gonna be that guy. I don't know. I
You're-
should, in
you're a good
hindsight, I
guy.
guess I should have, but I don't even know if I'd do that today. I don't know. I wasn't a huge Stranger Things fan then, but I still wasn't sure it was them. I was like, maybe that wasn't them.
There's
And then
some
I looked
people.
it up, and they were going to dinner with the Game of Thrones cast in Boston. I don't know. That was like a report.
I didn't know
and I was like,
that.
okay,
That's
so
funny.
it was 100%
that
them.
piece
That's
of it.
pretty cool.
There are some people where it's like, if it's a celebrity, I don't know. Like if I saw The Rock, I know he wouldn't care, and he'd pretty
Yeah.
chill about it. And
Dude,
I'd like,
he'd love it.
I'll get a photo with The Rock.
Get a
But
freaking
if, like,
photo with the
if
Rock.
I saw George Lucas, I feel like I just want to leave him alone. Like I just
Yeah,
like,
like
if
you
I
know,
Yeah.
he
yeah, and you know he
Dude,
hates it.
I
Like, if
love
could,
that.
like,
I love that moment where he's in the background of
He's
that
the
documentary.
documentary. He's like,
That
I
is
was
the
just gonna say
funniest
that.
clip.
And
I love
he
that
looks
clip.
at the camera and just walks.
He just looks at it, walks in the
like
building.
more than anyone else, I would want to talk to George, but also I think more than anything else, he does not want to
talk to you.
He doesn't
No.
want to talk to anyone about anything.
He
It's like,
probably weirdly doesn't want to talk.
I hope
Star
he's at
Wars either.
Celebration. He
Like-
might be.
he
Could
might
be,
be.
maybe.
He could be.
Yeah.
He was at
Maybe.
2017, and then
He
he
was
did
at-
it, and he
Did
did it.
2019?
He did a video for 2019. It's actually
That's
pretty funny.
right.
Yeah.
In classical
You're right.
George
I
fashion,
remember
just
seeing
like
that.
when he comes back to talk Star Wars, like he came back for the like Clone Wars, and he was talking to Dave, and he's like, "Yeah, my favorite arc is the D Squad arc," and like he comes back and says that, and then he records this video for Celebration where he's like, "Jar Jar is the best character I've ever made," and it's like this super awkward video where everyone's like in the stands watching him talk about how much he like loves Jar Jar and how it's like the
Yeah.
perfect character, and it's his like crowning achievement.
I,
And everyone's like, "Okay, okay, guy." Okay, guy.
I
no one's gonna be like,
I do think
is
Kenobi
funny.
is definitely a moment where he could.
Yeah,
Maybe,
maybe.
so
Maybe.
I don't know. Just
I
a
don't know.
thought.
It depends. I feel like no matter what, he'd always have sort of like a no, you shouldn't have done it that way type of mentality. Like that's not where I wouldn't have done that. It's
That's not how.
this is really out of character.
Anyway, he's on my brain recently because the Producer Guild Awards were a couple days
Oh,
ago,
right.
and him and Kathy got there's all these great photos of like
Why did he get one? What is?
they both got him and Kathy were together, and they both got the Lifetime Achievement Award for being producers for so long.
Oh,
And they were both, but which I haven't really seen a lot of those people who think George and Kathy hate each other covering that event. But like there's all these great photos. It's
who
like
thinks that?
come on now. There-
Just kidding.
there's all these
Just kidding.
there's all these great photos of it's John, Dave, like Francis Ford Coppola,
Yeah.
it's like
Spielberg was there.
Spielberg, like Kathleen Kennedy, like Kathleen Kennedy's like taking a photo of like Kristen Stewart like getting a photo with someone else. It's like these insane photos of like look at all these
Yeah.
insanely
These
popular
mega celebrities.
mega celebrities. It's very
Yeah.
funny.
It's wild.
That is
But yeah,
well,
it was-
hopefully.
Yeah, the table
keep
with,
going.
with John and Dave, I was like, man, the things that they're talking about with George.
Oh my god.
I
But
was like,
George,
Probably nothing. No, I'm
to
kidding.
be a
Oh, with
fly
George.
on that wall, right? Like that would be insane. I don't know, it was really funny. I was watching the the show Chef on Netflix.
yeah.
There's an episode
Well,
at Skywalker
no, it's called,
Ranch.
it's called the Chef
It's called
Show
the
because
Chef
Chef,
Chef Show.
Chef
Yes,
is a
yes,
movie.
yes.
That was a
Not the
movie.
movie, sorry. Well, I was watching
Get
the
it right,
episode
Dylan.
with Dave Filoni at Skywalker Ranch, and it's
Good-
just I don't
good
know, it's so
episode.
funny to just hear them talk about it. Like it
he
weirdly,
was literally finishing up season 7.
yeah. I just
Yeah.
like I don't know. I felt so weird watching that. Maybe it's more the show. I haven't seen many other episodes, but it like
The Gwyneth Paltrow. one
good
was
show.
great.
it made me feel very awkward in that like it felt like weirdly forced, like they wouldn't typically be talking about this stuff, which obviously they wouldn't necessarily because it's a show that they're
Well,
running.
I mean, yeah, John's like kind of half interviewing him, so it's
Yeah,
kinda
no,
like-
I know. It's just like
even
I
though
don't
they
know.
work very close together, yeah, it's
Like some of the jokes
I get what you're
kind
saying.
of forced, but either
I
way,
can see
always
it. I
fun
can
to
see how
hear.
that comes across.
Always
there.
fun to hear
Chef,
Dave
the
talk.
Chef Show, fantastic show.
The Chef Show.
We'll say.
Yeah,
We'll say.
friend of the pod, John
Friend of the
Favreau.
pod, John
Jon
Favreau.
Favreau. One day,
Yeah,
he'll be
Netflix.
on
Not a
here.
friend of the
What is it? What do you?
the
wait,
friends
what
the
connection do you
friends
make?
podcast friend of our friends podcast, Dave Filoni.
Do we have a friend of a friend?
Yeah.
Convert.
Yeah, that
Who's-
Korean
Okay, I
video.
guess that tracks. Yeah, right. On the cell phone, yeah, that's a funny
Anyways,
movie.
that was a
just
stretch.
thought
Well,
I'd put
maybe
that one there.
maybe we can
Uh-huh.
ask them when we go to Celebration. I don't
Yeah,
know
good
if
transition.
everyone.
In
I
two
hope we
months,
see them.
we'll all the three of us
We'll
will be
see them, of
together
course we
in California. How cool is
Yeah,
that?
It's gonna be dope.
yeah.
Yeah, we are
Woo!
going to Celebration.
Boston in December was so much fun, and now we're gonna be together again.
Chaotic.
Star
gonna be
Wars
in Anaheim.
Celebration, which is like the culmination of
I
like
know.
why we're all or like why we're really friends with
It's-
Levi.
it's-
or
yeah,
why,
it's-
like,
I'm gonna
being
pull
mad
out. I'm gonna
cool.
pull out last minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't know why I would.
My,
Yeah, I'd be
I'm,
mad.
like,
Hey,
I'm
well,
tapping
guess
my,
what?
Tapping my
I-
pocket, so
Yeah.
it's rough. It's scary. It's a lot of
It's
money.
scary. It's scary. I will say I was thinking about making an Anakin costume, but I was holding off because it was so expensive. But I did just, thanks to Gibbs,
Lots of incentives.
did just get the lightsaber that I needed.
Yeah,
So I might be
true.
doing it.
Ugh,
it's true.
It'd be
It's
cool.
true.
It'd be cool. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I do have the exact lightsaber I wanted to do it. So
So
shout out to
Yeah,
I
Gibbs.
mean,
So
if you're
you've been-
going to do a Star Wars cosplay, now's the time to do it.
It's true.
You know?
And especially
No,
this
Star
year
Wars
for Clone Wars
Celebration.
Anakin.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
you kidding
Come on
me?
now. Do you know what
Yeah.
year it is? Do you know what time it is?
It's 2022.
It's
the-
9:38
Yeah.
p.m. If anybody was wondering.
Oof.
That's late.
It's late. We're doing a late pod. We're doing a late pod.
little
Yeah,
late
this is
pod.
a
It's only
late pod.
6:30
For those who are curious, we record on Sundays. We're on Sundays.
Yeah,
these
we
pods.
push it to the last day
Yeah.
to get
Always.
them out.
Always.
But it works because if there's
It's good.
news or something, we can-
Sundays are good. Yeah.
That's kind of how we set it out because we got Sunday where we
And
can
on
talk
the
about stuff
7th
going
day,
on,
they
and then
recorded.
Wednesday we can
That's how
It's true.
talk about stuff going on. Yeah.
True.
That's how
all
it
that
goes.
jazz.
Yeah, so Johnny's been in excruciating pain. I've been just
Yeah.
drained from school, but I have been working on a fun little sort of side project in my room, a little hardware project. I put up
He's putting a
You're
Target
opening up
Target store, a
pop-up
Target Black
Target.
Series. Sorry, a Target Black Series aisle.
Yeah, you see, you have
in
been in
his-
such excruciating pain that
in
when
his room.
I won the Anakin sideshow, you didn't even
Mhm.
process it, and so I thought when you saw the Target thing, like I
Yeah.
legitimately thought you maybe were just like, oh, he's in a Target, whatever, and moved
No,
on.
I-
And you, and
I
you
was-
sometimes
was
you
joking.
just don't
I was
process
awake.
information,
No,
and you
I
would have
was
been like,
I know.
you would have been like,
Thank you.
whoa, what? You own all those figures?
I know you do. I know
yeah,
you.
you would
I'm
be
not.
like,
I'm not like a 3 3/4 guy.
I,
mean,
on the
so
other
I-
hand,
I might
who
be.
was
I
driving
might be
to Target,
doing it. Yeah.
thought Levi was genuinely in a Target.
Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah.
picture a Target shelf, but you're at
we
like
can
an
just
old hobby
I can
shop.
just send you an image, and you can like make it the thing.
I like theater of the mind.
Theater of okay. Anyway,
Mm.
so what I did was
Okay,
I bought some pegboard.
That just means you don't want to edit.
I bought some peg. Yeah, I bought some
I was
pegboard to
hoping you would.
peg on
We would,
Amazon.
maybe.
And
We'll see.
previously, I had a lot of my like my 3 3/4 scale figures. You can see the Phantom Menace ones and the Shadow of the Empire ones right here in their
Boo.
cases. I have them in storage because I didn't want to.
You say boo? Okay, dick.
Don't even know what Shadow of the Empire is.
Yes, you do.
Okay, what do you
I'm
live
just
under
kidding.
a rock?
Uh,
You live under a
I
rock?
wanted
huh?
to put them like on display, so I covered one of my walls in pegboard, and now it looks like a toy store, but it's all old Star Wars
true.
toys.
It's
So it's
true.
pretty cool. I also got something else in the mail, which I kind of want to show off. But
What'd you get? I don't even know what
I'll,
this
I'll
is.
show you. I'll show you.
Wait, was it? Is it? Don't tell me what it's not what I think it is. No, he wouldn't have got it that soon. Okay, good. It's not. It's not.
Wait,
Phew.
what are you saying?
Thought it was. I thought it was. You know what, Anakin?
No, not him yet. No, I have this.
No, he's coming.
CGC
Don't worry.
This CGC 9.6 Kanan the Last Pad one,
That's pretty
Good
cool.
comic.
which is the first appearance in comics of Kanan Jarrus, Ezra Bridger, Chopper, Hera, Sabine, and Zeb. So I was like, doing a little bit of speculating, and I was like, I think this might go up in value when Ahsoka comes out.
Yeah,
So,
honestly.
Or Andor. Who knows?
or Andor, yeah. So
In the
yeah, I
event
picked up this, and then
Beautiful.
Kanan, the last issue in 9.6, which
Mhm.
is the first appearance of the Grand Inquisitor.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
In that comic?
Yep, and Kanan, the
the-
end of Kanan, is he makes a cameo appearance. It's kind of interesting. The comic
know
market is doing sort of like a, I don't know. I mean, I'm not like the deepest into it. I read them all, but I'm not like I don't get stuff graded. You know, this
Yeah,
is my first.
right.
This is my first graded
Yeah,
comic.
I don't remember you getting. Yeah.
The fact that like the market is so fixated on Darth Vader 2017 issue 6, which has the Grand Inquisitor on the cover, and they're
Right.
like, and it's like just it's like hundreds of dollars.
Oh,
to
I
buy
love
this
that
thing
cover,
out.
dude.
and it's like this is the first appearance of the Grand Inquisitor, but it's not. Like he appeared a year earlier in the last issue of Kanan. He cameos
Right.
at the very end of Kanan, and so it's like, is the comic market just gone dumb? Like I don't.
Well, I think him being on the cover is very
Well, there's a difference
important.
though between cover appearance and like first real appearance. I understand like
Right.
cameo
Such a good
appearance,
cover.
but it's just it's very confusing because the prices are just not this. Because one of them actually is the first ever appearance of him in a comic book form, which to me is like, wouldn't that be what you wanted as the first appearance? Not just this is like his.
Yeah.
Like, there's actually a story around him. I don't know. It's
Here's
kind
the
of
comic
confusing.
for everybody was wondering.
Yeah,
This
you know,
one.
I feel like with how fast you did that, I can send Dylan an image of my corkboard or the
You can send
pegboard.
anyone you want, or you
See
can
it?
even upload it.
It's true. You can upload. Maybe you should try it out.
That's too much.
Instead of having us do it.
Yeah, well, you know.
See, it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy.
Really?
Ready? So you go to brand, you get the plus, add overlay, you got it.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty easy. Just
Here,
insert
okay.
it.
Oh,
Okay, live photo shoot.
We're back. Oh, live photo shoot. Anyways, Dylan,
yes, sir.
what do you got? What do you got to say?
Dude, honestly, my life ever since buying the plane ticket and
This
the
plane-
ticket
yeah.
to Celebration, my life has been very boring because I can't buy
Yeah,
anything and I
know,
can't
yeah.
go do stuff.
I know.
But I was
I
just
hear
on
ya.
break, so that was a lot of
Yep.
fun. I
And break.
was
Woo.
going to do a rewatch of the Star Wars movies, but I didn't
Mm.
get around to doing it.
Mm.
I don't know why. I just didn't.
So
do
I
it.
just rewatched Lord of the Rings.
I sense it's Dylan. I know. Yeah. People
Go to
notice.
trilogy. Go to
Yeah,
a good one.
Yep.
It's a
take.
good one.
Go watch The Hobbit. Now.
It's no, I won't.
The Hobbit's still good, man. I don't know.
No, it's I don't think
Is
it's as
it?
bad as people. I don't think it's as bad as people say. But
I don't know. I haven't read The Hobbit in a long time either.
did
so
you
I
do
don't
it,
really
Levi?
know.
I'm
You
trying to
doing it?
save it as a JPEG, and I can't figure out how to do it because I'm on
Okay.
Discord.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings, dude. I don't know, man. I gotta think about. I gotta think long and hard.
Can I
It
just
might
copy
be
the image?
fucking the best movie trilogy of all time, dude. I don't know. I
It's
love.
good.
No, I don't know. It's like up. It's right there with OT.
No, it's good, man.
It's
Yeah.
like, damn, dude.
Sometimes it can be
So good.
hard for me to rank stuff like that because I have like a
Yeah, no,
much
I just say
bigger emotional attachment to the OT than I do a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
other
fair.
other works that are
That's
like
fair.
probably I hate to use the word objective, but objectively better, or
No,
or
that's
just
fair.
like better films.
Dylan,
Yeah.
can you figure out how to do it? I can't get it to work.
Yeah, send it to me.
Yeah, I did already.
Unbelievable.
For whatever, like when I try to save it, it just says save type all files. I can't get it to save as like a JPEG or a.
No, all files. That's fine.
I think
It's
you're
not
broken in the head.
It's not
All
fine.
files is fine. Okay.
It's not fine.
Anyways.
Yeah, so
Levi,
I've
do
been
you have
working
any
on that.
like? Do you have any like almost saw a celebrity moment?
Here,
I have another
I'm-
one that I could share.
I'm bothered with my. 'cause
And
I
it's
wanna-
actually because
actually
of
had
this
a lot
panel
of-
that I missed it.
I had a lot to talk about. I'm just derailed from the fact that I picked up my camera and now my camera's all off, and I'm like, so I want to get my.
Do
I
you
feel-
have a
I feel
celebrity
like-
story?
I feel like bigger now. There was a TikToker. I'm not going to expose them. Who came into the grocery store that I work at, and stole a bunch of alcohol.
TikToker.
Yeah,
I have
that's
I have
so
a couple
funny.
guesses.
that's what I got for you.
That is.
I just
hilarious.
hit 1K on TikTok. Not to plug
What?
myself. Yeah, I did.
Hey.
Did you really? Or aren't
Mhm.
you us? So isn't that us? Did
No.
we hit 1K?
No, it's
No,
me.
that's Parker Dimension, baby.
We should make one for. I know we keep saying
There it
that, been
is.
saying that for a while.
Pegboard.
That is Levi's. That's Target.
That's
Check it out.
You go to Target. You might as well get the price tags like hanging.
Dude,
from
that's
the,
how store shelves used to look. Isn't that sad?
Isn't
Yeah,
that kind of
all-
nice?
Like,
looking? I
meaning,
feel like it
meaning,
looks
meaning
good.
all the figures like that.
Me and
that many
me and
figures.
Johnny walked to the toy section, the Star Wars section at Target the other day, and it was Lando.
Oh my god, they had Black Series Lando, TVC Lando. That's it.
Lando has been cursed since 1983, man.
It's
Like
true.
he,
It is
he
true.
They had
is
Wrecker
old-
too, though. That was pretty cool.
They did.
he-
They had one record. They
he
had
has
one
been-
record, which is weird.
Lando has been a
Actually,
peg
record.
warmer for literally. I don't
That's
understand why
true.
people hate Lando. I don't understand it.
It was a cool. It looked good. It was a.
No,
I own both. I own both.
It was the Return of the Jedi and then TVC.
And Empire
Best
Strikes
one.
Back. I literally have both. I own both.
Yeah.
It's- Look, I feel like that. I just want to admire it in my image
Well,
form.
we
I
don't
know
need
I
to
can
look
like
at
look
it for
and
too
look,
long. Yeah, you
but
can
no,
look at it.
but I
if
want
you
to
can
show.
turn your head.
I want to show. See in
I
the
know, but
bottom
if you
there.
turn your
your head.
head, if you turn your head, you can look
Yeah, well,
at
I
it.
want
I
to show the
swear.
people.
You should try it
And
out.
I'm trying to show on the bottom there, the middle bottom. I just picked up the Sedona Thano Quiggold 2-pack. That's for the HoloNet Marauders.
Oh,
there.
nice.
Love that there.
Yeah, yeah, I see that.
H&M,
It's a good one. So yeah, shout
Go,
out. I just
go
want
to go to the Star Wars character. Need more. Want more.
Levi, there was something I wanted to ask you about, particularly you, because I don't think me or Johnny have any real connection to it. The Halo show has gotten a lot of buzz lately, and I don't think it looks good. What is your take?
My take is that I'm not sure it will. I'm not as diehard in terms of like the Halo lore. Yeah, no. Let me start a different way. It's a different universe. So
Mhm.
if it's
Right.
good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. But they
It's
distinctly,
non-canonical though.
it's not. Yeah, it's a different timeline. So
Okay.
to me,
Different, like whole world.
yeah,
Different timeline.
there's
Okay,
there's the main Halo timeline, and then the new timeline is called the Silver timeline. So there's
and
the
that's what the
two.
show is doing.
Yeah, the show is like it's like essentially what Star Wars Legends is to what
Gotcha.
canon
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
They're doing a
Nice.
different. So now there's two timelines of Halo. There's the main one, and there's the silver one. And so silver, like it could be good. I don't know. Because they did that, I have less reservations about
Right.
the lore. If they make it good, then it'll be good. If they make it bad, then I'll make fun of it and it'll be bad. But
I think there's a lot of money going into it, and some of the CGI looks really good. I think it just looks cheap. A lot of the like live action stuff.
I've heard mixed things.
Like,
Our good friend
yeah.
John Campia said it was
Friend of the
it was
show.
friend of the show said it was good enough to watch. And I was like,
Okay.
okay. Our other good friend Grace Randolph said it was not. It was kind of mid.
Well,
And I was like, all right.
there was
well,
also reports that they didn't refer
Just
or
want
they
to
didn't
show
study.
this. You can see the AMC logo right here.
That's
that
where
is the-
Johnny
that
was.
is- That is the
That's
building
literally
I
where
was
he
in.
was.
That is
You can
That's
rough.
so
see in this
funny.
picture that was the building I was in because
He was in Uncharted. Wow.
while
that's
they
crazy.
while they were walking. So, yeah.
Uncharted
Wow,
Tom Holland.
Is that Nathan Drake?
No,
That's
it's
insane.
Spider-Man
And
Oh.
Zendaya from Shake It Up. That's crazy.
Yeah,
What a
from
crazy.
Shake It Up. Yep. So,
But anyways,
just wanted
the
to share that,
creators
so I
of the
just saw
Halo
it.
show didn't refer to the games at all, apparently, when
Oh,
writing or producing.
woohoo!
No,
Nor did they.
I think this is a quote, much like the Kathleen Kennedy quote about how they don't have source material that's taken kind of out of context.
Okay, I mean, from what I read, it did say like, did you play the games or did you
Well,
look at
Is that
into the
Kathleen
games?
Kennedy one really taken out of context?
Yes, because what she's not like, dude. There's multiple interviews where she's talking to George, and they're both talking about, wow, we have all this print media that we're making. Like, she knows what her company is putting out. Like, what? She's not a
Okay.
moron. She knows it exists. What she is saying is it's total non sequitur there. What she was saying in that quote is that it's not Harry Potter, which she has previously referenced in comparison, where the Harry Potter movies are based on Harry Potter books. The Star Wars movies are not based on. The first thing, the genesis of it was not a novel. It was
Right.
George's mind, which is a movie. And then the books came after the movie. It's not the other way around. It's a very clear distinction to me. Star Wars is an original IP created for film. Harry Potter was original IP created in print form, then turned into a visual medium.
Right.
To me, it makes perfect sense when she says,
Yeah.
it's different.
Yep.
Marvel
The internet-
Marvel
the
Comics
internet-
existed long before Marvel film.
Yeah, they have
I had
technically had a lot of.
I have
source
another
material.
celebrity thing. Actually, I have two more.
Okay. This is scatterbrained,
There
but I
was
love it.
one. There was one. That's what we're doing today. So yeah, George Clooney and Ben Affleck were shooting a movie downtown, and I downtown from my hometown, and I live downtown, and they were shooting a movie, and Ben Affleck, like I said, George Clooney was directing it. Ben Affleck was there, and
Big Ben
I
is
was
his own.
editing an All New Nerds reaction at the time, and when I got there, they were gone.
Dang, anything for the content. You see what we do?
Yeah, it wasn't worth it. I can tell you that.
Is that Star Wars Santa?
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, I have Star Wars
Give me
Santa
that
in a
again.
water bottle.
Nice.
There he is.
Man, you got a banana water bottle.
You got a
Just saying.
banana. And, oh,
You know what this is.
What about your banana shirt, Dylan?
This
I
isn't
don't
a
know,
water
it's in the
bottle.
laundry.
You know the story behind this vessel that contains liquid. It's not a water bottle.
I think you've told it. I just didn't really listen.
I don't really remember.
It's
Yeah, I have
a
no memory of it.
organic honey Dijon thing. They repurposed these
You're
at a
insane.
at a at a rival grocery store. My friend was working there, and he just took a bunch of the extra ones they had. So he drinks out of ranch, and I drink out of organic honey Dijon.
Oh, that's cool. That's interesting.
And then we bought these. We got these custom to fit on the top. They used to have like
Got them
topper.
custom.
Yeah,
The
no, this
custom
is.
made.
stopper.
I mean, it is like
Custom water
the
bottle.
Hydro Flask base, but this company made them to store dressing. So it has
Oh.
all this
Right,
stuff
right.
about dressing, and I just put Santa on there because
That's
I won one of Santa's giveaways, and he sent a little sticker, and I have. a
Dang,
little
you're out
thing.
here winning giveaways, man.
This was many
Hey,
months ago, and I
You and
won.
your
I won.
giveaways.
I won
You-
Grief
You've
Cargo.
had like,
I won-
you've had too many, I think, in life.
I need to be.
Yeah.
I've had too much. I've had too much in life. I gotta suffer.
Levi
Yeah,
gets
I
too
think
much given
so.
away
That's true.
to him.
Yeah, I
I
don't
do get
yeah,
a lot.
I get
No
too
more
much.
sweet-
I never
Buy
want to
the
give
lottery.
away, but I also don't do a lot of giveaways, so that's my thing.
Yeah, me neither.
Anyways,
Anyway,
Oh, I
Um,
did win a giveaway. I
yeah, you wanted to win away. You got the crosshair.
you won to win away.
I think I've showed this. But this is from Sheaf the Wise or
Vader's Lair, yeah.
Vader's Lair. I won the crosshair. What's it
Good
called?
pop.
Funko Pop. I was in
Good pop.
second place. I would have
Good
taken Boba, but the other person took that.
Boba
so
Pop?
it was either
Boba-
that or any of the bad batch. Yeah, it was a
Boba
pop.
Fett. I
And
can-
another
I-
one, I've walked. I was on
What
an
do you
escalator
keep?
next to
It's
William
like,
Shatner.
it's like we're going down and we keep telling.
I want to tell them. I want to share them. I want to share them.
Go ahead.
I was on an escalator next to William Shatner. I didn't realize until I was down.
Who
I
cares?
was
Star
off it.
Trek, dumb.
Yeah, don't care.
Star
That's
Trek.
it.
I think it's very funny that they sent him to space.
Yeah,
I
the
think
man.
that
I
is-
mean,
Yeah.
that's more why I brought him.
And
up.
then remember he
Like,
came
to
down and
be
was just
honest.
saying like a bunch of. I don't
Remember
know.
when Jeff Bezos was like, kind of just like evil laughing and like he was drinking champagne and William Shatner was like in the corner. I don't know if you've seen
Yeah.
that video.
That's a bit
Hilarious.
very funny.
Remember, and they're like, "Would you go again?" He was like, "Hell yeah!"
Yeah.
Taking over.
His,
Space
his
is
skin
his.
starts to peel. The
Yeah.
lizard
The lizard
Shell.
comes out.
comes through.
Yeah. Anyways,
Oh,
so those are my two.
Hey, well, I was gonna keep talking about Halo,
Levi's met Jeremy Johns.
Dude, this is
Yeah, you have met Jeremy John.
Yeah, it's true. I watched Joker with Jeremy Johns. His review showing. So the one in the
Oh wow.
when he reviewed Joker, I was sitting right next to him when he watched it.
You sat next. I didn't know you sat next to him for
I
it.
was right next to him.
That's pretty cool. Were you like, "Are you Jeremy Johns?"
I've shown you the photo. I met
Yeah.
him.
Was that
I like-
prior?
Yeah, I was talking to him outside
Yeah.
the theater, and then in the theater we
Oh.
happened to be seated right by each other. This was for
So
a
was
press
he
screening.
like? Was he watching or was he like taking notes?
But it was
Is
through
that
your
like-
school, I thought.
he was
right?
watching. Yeah, well, yeah, it was
Not
through
that he
my-
wouldn't be watching, but like I don't know.
No, he doesn't
I
have
always
notes. I
wondered.
didn't notice any notes. I mean, I was
I always wonder how if reviewers because when I walk into the theater, I'm
Some
like,
do,
I
I
don't know.
believe
I don't
some
know
do.
how I would put this into words, like how I feel about this yet. But I guess he's just good at his job, right? He does it a lot, so
he does.
who knows? Yeah,
But yeah, I always think it's a little neat.
Good
little
guy.
fact.
Love his channel. Anyways.
Yeah.
He's
that is
very
pretty
tall.
cool. You got
Sorry,
to.
I thought that was a fun segue and it keeps being interrupted. That's okay. Anyways.
Very tall. Very big guy.
Yeah. And Levi's tall. Believe it or not.
Exactly. After you met
Levi's-
me,
Yeah.
and it was revealed that I actually was the height I
You're the
claimed.
tallest man.
He was he was as tall as he claimed. So
You have to understand that Jeremy's up there too.
and
He's
I
tall.
was not the height that I claimed. I think. What did I say I was?
You're like
So you-
6'2",
Like 6
something.
foot in a good
You
day.
said you were
6'2" on a good
7'8",
day.
man.
7'8", yeah.
Just like Snoke.
On a good day, you know.
6'1" on Tinder.
Right.
So be.
On Tinder.
But
watch a little- Have you ever seen the footage of Andy Serkis playing King Kong? Very funny.
no, King
I
Kong.
don't know if I have.
Oh
He-
yeah, he did do the.
He
for the
did the
newer
mocap
one, right?
for
Yeah,
King
the
Kong
mocap.
2005. So he's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
right.
going around going. It's very funny. It's
I
very-
imagine him on Planet of the Apes is pretty funny too.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Th-
Dylan
there's
asked me
a-
about Halo, and I wanted to keep talking about Halo, but
Oh, yeah, we were
we
talking
went.
about
You guys
yeah, but who,
Bing, bing, bing,
but who cares?
Probably a lot more people care about that than.
Then
niche
you want to hear
celebrity
you,
experiences.
William Shatner, on an elevator or an escalator? Yeah. Whatever.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, jeez. Yeah. I mean, I have read. Full disclosure, I have read some Halo novels. I have not read all Halo novels.
You're
let
a
alone
Halo reader.
Same as
I haven't played the games, read the books.
I haven't, nor that like the amount of I've read for Star Wars, but I know more about Halo than I'd say the average fan.
Right.
a casual fan who just plays like the multiplayer or something like that. I know a lot about the lore. Once again, not as much as say Halo Canon. Great channel. That's like the definitive channel for Halo lore.
Right.
Go check them out. Been subscribed for at least 7 years now. I don't know. I was doing this thing where you can like scroll back through your YouTube comment history and do
Yes,
the
I did
comments.
that, and
Yeah,
that
we were
was
talking about before the
cringy.
comments I'm making when I'm 7. I'm like, actually, that's a CCS battle carrier, not a CAS class. And those are all Halo distinctions, by the way, on like Halo videos. Very funny stuff.
I'm gonna do that right now.
Right now.
I was never a commenter. I was never a commenter.
I was a
as a
commenter.
kid.
I was a commenter. I
never
was
a
stunned how
commenter as
long
a
I've been
kid.
subscribed to some people.
I was a commenter.
I was
I was
unfortunately.
young.
Dylan was definitely a commenter.
Yeah, Dylan's a commenter.
Just into the
Anyway.
void, like everyone else.
Anyway, Halo lore and Halo canon is not nearly as sacred to me as Star Wars is. And
Sure.
in addition, by making it its own timeline, by insulating it from, they did it to make creative decisions. The whole reason we spun off was because the creators were like, we didn't look at the game. But when they said that, they were talking about they worked with 343, the company that makes Halo. But they were saying that they weren't bound to the game. Like they weren't gonna make creative decisions just because the game did something. They wanted to make something in their own way. And I don't want to misquote it, so I'm gonna pull up.
Yeah, I guess with it being different canon, that's fine. It is. I didn't know Halo had 2 timelines though. That's kind of strange.
Yeah, that is strange.
Well,
does every game play into the main timeline?
This is the only thing in the other timeline. This is a new thing. Full Variety quote reads, that canon, a vast science fiction saga that spans hundreds of millennia and involves ancient aliens who created colossal ring-shaped structures called the Halo Ray, comes as much from dozens of tie-in novels, comic books, and exhaustive guides and encyclopedias as from the games themselves. Quote, it was aisles deep, Falvey recalls. It was incredible. That's the showrunner, Falvey. Everyone who spoke with Variety actually cited Halo's expansive mythology as the factor that differentiated the series from other video game fare and made it so attractive as source material for the event-sized television. Many of the show's lead creatives spent several days at 343 headquarters outside Seattle, just to be able to learn about it. We didn't look at the game, says season 1 showrunner Stephen Kane. We didn't talk about the game. We talked about the characters and the world. So I never felt limited by being a game.
Okay, so that was kind of out of context.
Yeah, the richness and the depth of the universe was immediately kind of mind-boggling.
These articles, man. These article title, man.
And incredibly exciting because that means the story's. It just bothers the hell out of me when I see these these clickbait.
They have
stuff, and it's like
no shame, no shame.
Well, it's different considering I don't think it's super common knowledge. I mean, I didn't know it was a different canon. If this was in the game's canon, I would be like, that is such a dumb idea to not consider or not like be discussing on a story level events of the game. But yeah, considering it's like its own world, I guess, which I still think is weird. I feel like for like an official IP or a big IP to have 2 different timelines is strange. But I guess I don't know.
We have legends. So. We have legends in canon.
Marvel, yeah, but they're never making legends anymore. Like legends is not being made.
But like Marvel has a million different ongoing runs aren't the same thing. DC reboots all the time. I don't think it's that crazy.
They do what?
And have like one that's in a visual. I mean, the story's been told. The story is Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Infinite, not 6, but like that story exists. It's the game. So if you were just going to retell it beat for beat in TV, then it would be an adaptation of the game, and that would be canon, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But unless it was a new story that didn't focus on necessarily the timeline that you're familiar with, like you could do a Halo show that was canon in the beginning of the Warriors and like 2520 something or 25 in the 2530s, because that period of time isn't as well documented in the lore. It's like you could do that, but you want to do a show about Master Chief because that's the main character of Halo. And so to do that, you'd want to do something. It's the same reason I keep bringing up Legends. It's the same reason why George wasn't going to adhere to it and Disney didn't want to adhere to it. Lucasfilm didn't want to adhere to the post Return of the Jedi timeline to try and make it fit into all these novels. Like at no point was episode 7, whether it was George or Disney Lucasfilm, was going to adhere to EU. That wasn't going to happen. And so like they said it's its own thing. It's officially its own timeline. It already was the tiers of canon. So I don't know. To me, it makes a lot of sense, and I can watch it now without any like, oh, this ruins this ruins that. Like I can just, is this good or is it bad?
Right. All right, yeah. I guess that's fine.
Once again, I
Hopefully
feel like
the show's good. I mean, it's on Paramount Plus, right? So I'm probably not going to watch it.
Yeah, true that.
Because I don't have
Paramount Plus.
Unless people say it's incredible, but
I don't think it's incredible. I think it'll probably be at best. It's like good. You know, it's good.
Mid.
Yeah,
Right.
good. It's like
Anyways.
it's not like Cowboy Bebop.
I will say I am in high spirits.
Remember that?
That one hurt. Yeah,
That one-
I
that
never
one hurt
actually
Dylan a lot.
finished. I never actually finished the live action because I can't remember what episode it was or what happened, but I literally was like, I'm never
Let's talk
watching this
about it.
again. This
Talk
is so
about
bad.
Crash and burn. But
Yeah,
Mm.
and it's kind
Yeah.
of unfortunate. Not that that show needs like another like a retelling or a continuation or anything, but there likely won't be any sort of Cowboy Bebop material in the near future because of that. So
yeah,
who knows?
here I
But
see.
again,
I
doesn't need
was
to be touched.
so each time I've gotten my segment, I've been trying to build to something. So I brought up that Kathleen Kennedy quote, basing the stuff on the novels. We were talking about Halo. We're talking about canon. So the actual news that's come out in the past couple days
I
is
have
that-
news. Just kidding. Go ahead.
I mean, is that Michael Stackpole, the author of the X-Wing novels, Legends
a real
X-Wings
name.
novel, it's very, very real guy. I have
name?
many of his books on my shelf. Was
Fake name?
asked at a convention. This happened, a couple days ago, or I guess as of you watching this happened like 2 days ago. Asked at a convention about Rogue Squadron, and he was like, "Yeah, I've been in contact with Patty Jenkins the whole production, and I'm really excited for the movie." So the fact that Patty on Rogue Squadron is working with the guy who created Rogue Squadron in the novels is really interesting to me, and the fact that it still seems like it's on pace to come out also really
Right.
interesting to me. And I don't know.
I mean,
just like-
I would have hoped that she would have been. So I'm not like super surprised, but I'm happy. That's good.
It is weird that we haven't gotten nothing official, right?
Well,
About
it's not like on Mando
mean-
season 2 they brought on Chuck Wendig to be a Cobb Vanth
Right.
consultant. I think that's
Yeah, yeah.
honestly it's super unique that they'd bring.
Yeah,
an
but I feel
author
like Rogue
from the
Squadron is a little
90s.
different though.
They
It's
didn't
like-
even
it's
bring
like-
in Timothy Zahn on Rebels to consult on Thrawn. Like they told him, and like they talked
Right,
about, but
right,
he didn't write the Thrawn dialogue.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, but
But, like-
it's a movie. I don't know. I it's a movie. I don't know. I think it's different.
I don't know.
how
I
similar
think
is it
I
going to
think-
be
I think
to
it's a pretty big
that
deal.
book?
No,
I
it
was
is.
under
I mean, it is. Yeah, of course it is.
so I thought it was going to be a sequel thing.
I think
Rogue
so
Squadron.
too. Could be.
So
But
what
well,
is the
if-
point then of bringing the author on?
Well, he is the guy who established the vibe of the X-Wing series. I mean, whatever
Okay,
tone that this
fair.
movie takes, he established what it is. Like I don't know if I think that's a weird. He made X-Wing combat in modern Star Wars a thing.
Right.
Like, he made that vibe of like the Top Gun pilots and Wedge Antilles. He made those
Mhm.
characters popular,
Gotcha.
like that
Mhm.
that squadron.
Mhm.
So if it's going to be about Rogue Squadron, I mean, the movie's it's the same name of his first book. Like,
Right,
I got to
right.
imagine it has at least some thematic or just tonal similarities to
Yeah.
the
Right.
original work. And I imagine also that they would bring back Dennis Lawson Wedge to be in the movie in some capacity because he was in episode
Yeah,
9.
that'd be
And if it
pretty
takes
sweet.
It
place
is true.
if it takes place after the sequels, I would love for him to be like a
Ewan's
mentor
uncle,
character.
right? Isn't he Ewan's uncle?
Yeah, it's something
Yeah.
weird like that. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a weird little connection.
Yeah.
And what's her General Engel in episode 9 is Alec Guinness's niece.
Alex.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Huh. Cool connections.
I believe.
It's funny. I was watching like
Star Wars
behind the scenes clips of Ewan McGregor, just like on YouTube. There's just a compilation, and he was talking about that. His uncle is Wedge or whatever.
Mhm.
Or whatever.
Cool stuff.
Or whatever. I
Yeah,
can't
but-
wait. I can't wait for the Kenobi behind the scenes.
Hold on,
my God.
Rogue Squadron. So the fact that the movie is still coming out, seemingly they're still working on it. Because do you not remember? I feel like it was 6 months
Right.
ago.
I remember. I know what I
No,
production
the
issues.
whole-
I know what I production issues.
The whole hubbub was the movie's canceled.
Right.
That was what. But the guy who
It was
made
wait. It was
Rogue
that it was
Squadron.
canceled. I thought there was just issues.
Yeah, they were like Patty's done.
No, yeah, they were like
it
huge
was,
creative differences.
I
She
don't-
walked off. I remember.
Yeah, it
that
was like
the-
huge. It was huge. It was the worst possible case scenario. It was she is not doing it anymore, and the thing is canceled. You don't remember that?
Not really. I don't know why.
Dylan, right? Dylan, you remember?
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was,
that's
it
how
was
it
No,
like
was.
the
I'm
worst-
not saying. I'm not
Yeah.
saying you're wrong. Yeah, I just.
So the fact that the
Okay.
guy said like Patty's been in contact with him since day one, that
That's good.
to me points like a whole different story. That's like they're deep in production. If he's involved and he's excited for about what they've been making, that's
Right.
like
Right.
that's like a whole
That's
other
pretty
level.
good.
Like that's like
Pretty
whoa.
good. Yeah.
So I don't know.
I
I
mean,
think
I
there's
don't
a
know.
lot
I'm a little mid on the concept, but We'll see.
Little mid.
I mean, we don't even really know the
Star
concept yet.
fighting has never been my forte in Star Wars, but we'll see. You
I
know?
think it could be dope. I think that
Could be
is,
definitely
if
could
anything,
be dope.
I think that's an area. I think that's a good idea. I don't know if that's the best idea for the first movie back, but I also don't know what the necessary idea is. We just know it's Starfighter related.
I mean, yeah, I
and
think
think
we'll
it's pretty
definitely hear something in Star Wars
Celebration.
Celebration.
I hope. Can you imagine? Like they come
Yeah.
out on stage. It's Michael Stackpole, Patty Jenkins. Like
I mean,
it's-
one would guess, right? You know,
I would hope
one
so.
would
Yeah.
guess.
I mean, Star Wars is notoriously
What do we
odd
think we're
about
gonna? Yeah.
when they decide to say that they're releasing stuff, because I mean, we
Yeah.
don't know even like when Andor's coming out necessarily, right?
Johnny
I
and
mean,
Johnny
we
and I talked about
do,
that
but
on
we
Wednesday.
don't.
So
Yeah.
because of Miss Marvel moving up its date to June,
Oh, right.
and
right,
previously it was announced that it would be coming out in Q4, and this is before Q4. Andor was also announced alongside Miss Marvel at the investor call to be the same time frame. So it makes me think whenever Miss Marvel's done, Andor
It's
starts.
Andor.
So it's July
Okay.
or August is what. makes
And
sense.
in case of Bad Batch, I still obviously don't know this for sure, but I think it might be just like it all comes out at once, or half of it comes out and the other half comes out later.
It would be weird to break the chain.
But physically, but like physically, there is no time frame.
That's what
for
you're
it to be
saying.
put
I
in.
think they just put it out. They just release it.
That's what I'm saying.
No. I'm saying not all at once. I'm saying they'll just start airing it week by week. I'm thinking it'll overlap. They won't care.
It's gonna, dude. I don't think they're gonna overlap Star Wars shows. I just don't
think they
that's gonna
will.
happen.
If there's
think
one
they
show
will.
they would overlap, it would
It's
be
Bad Batch.
But
They
Star
overlap Bad Batch
Wars
and
shows,
Loki.
I'm fine with doing Marvel and Star Wars, but doing Star Wars over Star Wars, bad decision. I think. I don't know.
They do some crazy stuff sometimes.
I don't have a problem with it.
I don't know. I
they
feel
do
like
some
it's very
nutso.
different.
And I got big problems with
I mean,
I
I
feel
would
like
like
it's- I feel like it's
I
very
wouldn't like a
different.
double Wednesday release. I would like a Wednesday Friday. Yeah. That's
I mean,
not
who
completely
knows?
unprecedented, right?
I mean, not.
I rewatched.
But again, there's Marvel shows that are gonna be running during that, so it's just I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It's a 16-week show. If it's week to week, there is literally no 16-week gap in the entire schedule.
Right.
For the next year, for years, unless they want to like reserve a spot in 2024.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's
to make it
it's
happen.
gonna come
So
out at once.
And I think that I don't think it. I think that.
But I think
they're
there's
just gonna
also
push it.
precedent with Visions. But again, it's just me.
I'd say Vision's a very different beast.
Visions. The
there.
whole thing was 2.5 hours.
But
3
I
hours.
feel like they had enough time to do Bad Batch last year. But I don't think obviously they don't have.
They
like you
didn't have
just
enough
said.
time to do Bad Batch. They overlapped with Loki.
Okay, I'm not. Okay, I'm not saying anything about the Marvel shows. That's
Marvel
fine.
shows,
I'm
I
fine with
know,
it being them overlapping with the Marvel shows. But Star Wars on Star Wars, that's where I don't think.
I think if they do,
will
I think
that.
if they did Monday, Friday, or Wednesday,
don't
Friday,
agree.
I think
I
they
don't
do.
think they'll do that.
I think
I
they
don't
do.
think so. We'll see, but I don't think they'll do that.
Meh. I was
Anyways.
rewatching some Bad Batch the other night. Love that show, man.
Good stuff.
Good
I have
show.
not had the urge to rewatch it yet. I should though.
I was rewatching
okay.
War Mantle. It's very good. Jamie
War
will
Mantle's good stuff. Yeah.
slit your throat for saying that.
Me?
Like, wait, what a great episode! I just
Thank
the
you.
whole thing. I was just like, what?
Did you say me?
I said Jamie will, dude. She loves that show, man.
Who do you say slit your throat to?
You. I said they'll get you. They'll
That's what I'm
attack
just
you.
saying.
Oh, I'm not
That's
gonna
what
do
I'm
it.
saying.
I'm innocent in
Oh.
this.
Are you sure?
I said
I'm
Jamie.
very confused as to what's going on.
I was like, I made a joke that Jamie will attack
Very violent.
Johnny because
This is
he was like,
kids listen to this. I
he
think.
said the show was just okay, and I was like,
Oh, gotcha.
and I was like, nah, man, they love that show. Holland and
I
Rock.
love Jamie, but her and I have very opposite opinions. That's okay.
Anyway,
Star
it's a
Wars,
good
man.
show. It's a really good show. With freaking, I was like, damn,
Didn't
dude,
say it was
like,
a
this
bad
is-
show.
I'm like, damn, this is Gregor, and like they got clone commandos and scorches here, and some of these shots.
Yeah.
It was just
for like a
so-
a second, but yeah.
It was just so cool. It was all.
Remember Hauser?
yeah,
Hauser's
dude,
so cool.
Hauser, man. It's like
I remember him.
Ballast, as some know him.
Yeah,
He was
Ballast,
there.
as Hasbro knows him.
I'm still Ballast Stan.
It was. I was
Never
very happy
give
with
that
it.
one
And then from there, I just like watched like 2 hours of just Star Wars the other night. Just like not a movie, but just Star Wars. And I started watching Book of
Yeah.
Boba Fett, man. Love that show. I was like digging it. After it's finished.
Big Boba guy, are you?
Yeah, I'm big on Boba, especially after I got this action figure. This beautiful
Somehow.
Yeah, hey,
Somehow
man.
the Boba Fett
Hey,
returns.
enjoy it in the box. Yeah, enjoy it in the box.
I will. It looks
Psychopath.
beautiful.
What?
In his little plastic tomb.
Mm.
I
no,
think
for
that
real
show
though, like
is pretty
Let him
good.
breathe. Let him breathe.
I
Okay.
still have to rewatch the whole thing. I was super hype on the ending until like a week went by, and I was like, I don't know if that was like great.
Right.
Dude.
Nah, it
Like, I was
is.
speaking to myself. I was like,
It
I don't know
hits you
if I
there,
loved
right?
that. Yeah.
That's pretty legit.
But
That's what I think.
still, it feels like a placeholder for Mando. And
It
that's
just
how
is. It's
that's how
part
I
of
feel.
Mando. It's not a placeholder.
No,
It
I
is
know,
Mando.
I know,
It's
I know.
part of Mando. He's in the
Yeah,
damn
yeah.
show. Like
It's
it's. I think it's a weird criticism. to be
very
like,
weird.
This show is a placeholder for that. No, it's part of that show. Like it is very
Right.
much.
I
They
guess
marketed
maybe
it as season
going
2.5.
into it was
Literally,
it
Kathy
was different
said she said
expectations.
that the next chapter of the Mandalorian
Right,
story
right.
was December 2021, and it was Book of
Yeah,
Boba
yeah.
Fett. They didn't.
I
They
just
like they
think
marketed it as
expectations
Star Wars.
still were different.
I just think the concept of having a show with a title character and for him to be in like not be in like three of the episode,
Two.
no, two
It
of
was
the
one.
episodes.
It was only one episode. That
Okay,
wasn't
he was in it for like
and then
30
and he was
seconds.
and he was in another one
Yeah.
for like a
Yeah,
cameo.
and he
Okay,
didn't talk.
yeah, right.
But still,
That's
you
a
know,
little
I
odd.
see what you're
But
saying.
anyways, you know,
It was a weird
Yeah.
show. It doesn't mean it was a bad show. It was just
yeah.
not.
I mean, I
particularly-
like that we can get.
I
Anything
think
in any
people were
moment.
expecting
I
a
do enjoy that.
Kenobi type thing for Boba, where it's like they
Yeah.
like it's like because it does at the end. I know it's Mando 2.5 or whatever, but it feels like Mando, very Mandoverse. It feels very Mandalorian
I
oriented.
mean, because
Yeah.
Boba is ultimately a side character, and it's hard to make
Right.
him.
True.
And it's hard to make him.
Well,
All right,
he
Robert
is-
Rodriguez.
I don't know.
didn't
I don't know
help
if
the
I
show.
agree.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with where you're about to take that, Levi. But yeah,
Well, what I was gonna like, he's always like the fact that he has a story at all to me is a marvel. This dude had like 6 minutes of screen time in the original trilogy. He went out like an absolute chump. He was just like
chump. It's true.
he had a
I
chump
think
death.
I think
the
it's gonna
fact that he
help
has-
Mando 3 overall.
The fact that he has
Yeah.
this amazing arc of like from boy to breaking the legacy of like his father, like the fact that there's any of that stuff to me is a marvel. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
This is a cool
Yeah, it
beat
is
for the
true.
character, but ultimately in the OT, he's always just going to be that guy who stands there. Like that can't
Right.
change. We can't change that reality. So even if you give him the main character slot in a show, he still always is a guy that just stands there. So to me, it was great just to see him do something. And I thought
Right.
what he got, and I think what he got was good. Some people don't like that, but like the whole Tuscan storyline, like the moment when he's dancing with them at the end of episode 2 is so beautiful. It's like it is insane. I was like, this is like top Star Wars moment when he is doing that dance with the
It was
Tuscans.
good.
Yeah,
that's like- Dude, no, it's extremely impactful. I don't know. I thought it was,
well, I don't think it's.
you've only
extremely
you've only
impactful.
seen it once. You've only seen
Extremely
it once. You
impactful,
saw it
Levi.
once, like 3
No,
months
I like
ago.
that. I like that
man.
stuff too. I think that.
No,
I
you
think
should
that was
rewatch
solid
it.
stuff.
It's like tear
I
jerking.
think I do think you're overhyped. It's not tear jerking. I think you're overhyped.
Or when he has like when
No,
he's
because he
having
has
the,
the
like,
dream. He has this dream
yeah, the
about
lizard
like
trip.
I
thing.
he
remember the
finally,
episode.
He finally has a place, like something to care about after like decades.
I remember
it's-
the
it's-
episode. I know. I get it.
Do you
I
though?
remember.
This
I
guy's only
do.
seen it. This guy's only seen it once, guys. He's only seen it once that episode.
Fake Boba fan.
Fake Boba. Like I've
Okay.
seen it once, and during a
Fair enough.
reaction, no less.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Watching
kinda
a
like-
reaction is like half watching.
Yeah, come on.
I
Now.
don't agree. I don't agree with that.
Leave
but
it down in
okay.
the comments below if Johnny should at least watch the episode again. I don't understand what I'm like. He makes that gaffy stick. Like he spends all that time. He goes. On the
I
lizard quest.
remember the scene.
Well, you can remember the scene, but like I'm just saying, it's good.
I remember the impact. I know. I get it. It's just it wasn't interesting to me. I don't know.
I
It was
will
top-
say
top Star Wars movie.
I think Mando 3
I don't
is
think-
gonna be a lot
Character
better
in terms
for
of
it.
character moments. No,
Top Star Wars.
not many
bro.
not many characters in Star Wars.
I think
get
that's a hot
10-minute
take. I don't think a lot
not
of people
many
agree with you
characters
with
in
that
Star
one.
Wars get a 10-minute silent montage where their actions just get to
Not
tell their
many Star
story,
Wars characters
where
get
they
a full show about themselves. Sorry, 3/4 of a show.
I know, but like the main characters of Star Wars don't have some of the emotional development that Boba gets in like that episode of Book of Boba Fett put into them. For real.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
What does Count Dooku get in the prequel trilogy?
Okay, Count Dooku. Okay.
Okay, no, he's a
looks
main
cool,
villain
though.
of a trilogy. That's a fair
Okay.
comparison. He is a
Like-
he's a tertiary antagonist, just like Boba Fett. And I'm not saying Count Dooku ain't a good character. Don't get me wrong. In the book, comics, all that stuff fleshes him
Yeah.
out. But I'm talking about on screen.
Yeah,
like,
man's got books about him.
To give a Star Wars character that kind of like care put into like that. It was because it's like the Haka too. Like it was part of like Thames tribal. Like to me, it's just so beautiful. I don't know that scene.
No, I think that stuff's great too.
That gets me going.
I really like it.
I'm
I
glad you
don't
like it.
know. You see, I think my issues
weeping.
are.
I didn't hate it.
Damn,
I
that's
just
good stuff.
I think my
was
main
exaggerated.
issues
It's alright.
are is that I love the flashback stuff. I don't think I know they did try to translate them or carry on themes into the present day stuff. I don't think they effectively did it. Maybe I'm small brained, but it seems to a lot of people agree with me that stuff. I feel like there would be episodes where we get the flashback, then we get the present day, and the present day doesn't reflect the flashback in many ways at all.
Yeah,
So I think
I
that's
also think the
an
flashback
issue.
could have been condensed heavily condensed.
And that's where it starts to feel sort of like, okay, this was originally supposed to be in Mando. Let's make a show out of it, and that's sort of why it. I don't know if that's true. That's kind of
It
speculation. I know
felt
Levi, you've brought that up
stretched.
before.
At least the first
Um,
4 felt stretched.
I can agree with that, but I don't know if that's necessarily an issue.
To me, it's like the first 4 they definitely feel contained in the sense that they're their own story, and the first 4 tell a complete story of Boba Fett, what they want to do. Whether you like it or not is one thing, but they tell a story. And then episodes 5, 6, and 7 are just part of Mandalorian.
Right.
Full stop. Like the first 4 are this flashback tale and him realizing, identity, am I healable, asking these existential questions about himself and giving us the story of like what he wants to become and why he changed after the Sarlacc pit. And that all exists. Like that's the story of the first 4 episodes. That's what happens.
Yeah.
How he comes back, how he meets Fennec, he gets Slave One back, mowing down those bikers. Like that is a moment of catharsis. And
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was at some points it almost felt like just a checklist was going by, but that's just me.
My one weird thing about that show, why didn't they just make it Cad Bane be the one to kill the Tuskens?
Should have been.
Because he walks up and he's like, "You guys killed the Tuskens," and they're like, "Yeah."
Guess
and he's like,
what?
oh,
Guess
okay,
what?
that's cool. And then
He
and then there's no
should've.
relation because he doesn't care about the Pikes. He just cares about making his money.
That was like an easy send up.
The worst thing about it is that nobody knows. Okay. People who are diehard Clone Wars fans, they're the only ones who know about Cad Bane and Boba's relationship. Outside of that, nobody has any idea what was going on. They did not explain it. They're just like, oh, they have a past. They have a past, and then they just end up shooting each other. Like that could have been built up. That could have been built up and been executed so much more beautifully than how it was in
double-edged
the
sword
show.
though. When people
I
are
don't know.
when people are like, oh, you gotta like play into the deep lore stuff, and people are like, oh, but people aren't gonna get it. This was a moment where they said, okay, if you don't get it, you don't get it. But like, this is the story of these 2 characters, and that's a moment where like people who know are like, oh, good that they did that. But it's a double-edged sword.
I think it was a bad choice. The way they executed it was not a good execution. Love seeing Cad Bane. We love Cad Bane. Like I loved Cad Bane in the show, but just I don't like that he's dead though.
Man. Yeah, I do think the way I'm kind of conflicted on that too, because I do like the way Cad Bane rolls up and he's just this guy in the desert.
Yeah, it's
like,
sick.
If you don't know it, it's like,
sick.
who the hell is this guy? Like, and then
Correct.
But I guess they don't.
No,
you just
have
the
you gotta think about you gotta think about how they bring up. They don't even like how they bring up Boba's relationship to him and their rivalry. They do not build up their rivalry at all. At all.
It's true.
And they're just like, oh, I'm here. Oh, wait, I hate you. I hate you too. Bam.
It's not the first time I beat you out on the job.
If he had killed the Tusken Raiders and then Boba coming down with the Gavi stick, that would have been
maybe a
so
little
much
bit
more
more.
better.
Sure. Maybe a little bit more. Sure.
Then again, I don't know. I could go on and on about this.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You seem so.
No, I want to hear.
Very angry about it.
No, I'm not angry about it.
Well, in terms of just Cad's death, like I understand why people are angry, but I don't think he died. I don't think you could have written a better ending for that character.
I don't agree.
Especially after, saying not necessarily in Book of Boba Fett, but in terms of on paper, literally in
the ending. I mean, like
within the same year, you have Bad Batch. He's like, once you learn clones, you know all of them. Him getting killed by a clone, let alone the direct, like this clone that he helped raise, like. I don't know. Like this guy, Cad Bane, represents everything. I've said this before. It represents everything wrong and bad about Boba's previous life. Like it is. Cad Bane is the physical embodiment of what Boba wants to escape from and what he wants to prove wrong about himself. Right. And so
I feel like they executed that very poorly,
for him to defeat this guy in the way he did with the gaffy stick, like the symbol of his new family, of his changed self. Like I don't think you can give. And Cad's an old man at that point. Like, you can have the 30 years of
They're
stories
both old.
before.
Yeah.
Well, Boba's 40. I mean, Cad
Oh.
is like 80.
I mean, Boba doesn't look 40, but yeah, I know what
I
you're
know.
saying.
Yeah.
He also fell into a Sarlacc pit. So.
It's true.
He fell into that pit. But it's
And
like
Tatooine
yeah,
Sun.
the Tatooine
Yeah,
Sun.
the
Like
most
I know
annoying.
that Tem is 60, but like I don't know. I like that.
I don't know.
like
I
the
just
end.
am bothered because like I don't know how people would not like regular people do not know about their relationship. Like how would they? It wasn't even in there isn't it oh my god. It was in nothing. It was in nothing. The relationship was shown in nothing besides the end of the show.
It's true. It wasn't even in anything.
It wasn't in anything.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like
technically
what are we
it's-
doing? Not even like in a
Right.
comic. It's like what are we doing here? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just very
I mean,
frustrating.
I just want that story to get told. I want Clone Wars to end. I want Clone Wars to get 2 more seasons. That's me. That's just me.
Yeah,
That's my dream.
That'd be nice.
I mean, it needs something. It's just like
That's my dream.
I just
You think like a lost episodes type deal, like they did?
Again,
Sure.
hopefully.
Yeah.
sure again.
Or
Yeah,
they
let's
just do
see
another
6.
batch.
Again, I mean, like
I
sure,
don't care.
mean,
It's too good. It's too good. I don't care if they keep bringing the show back. It needs.
I don't care either.
Yeah.
There's
needs-
so
it-
many stories, dude.
it-
It's just like
well,
it
I mean,
sucks that we don't have them.
So many is a bit of a stretch, but there's about 2 seasons worth that they had worked like that was
2
planned.
seasons worth. There's a lot of episodes.
Yeah, but
Levi.
I know, but it's not like unlimited stories. Like they were almost done. They got like 75% through
I
the way of
mean,
the show.
I
and it's like,
I guess
please.
what I meant was 2 seasons is a lot. I didn't mean
It
forever.
is. It is a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot, and it needs to be finished. I think all of those stories deserve to be put on screen.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I
As
mean,
they-
you
as
know
they
they're
do.
somewhere. Like it's pretty
We
much
have
just
some of
content you
them,
can make for cheap,
just,
right?
you
Because
know.
because they're like somewhat done.
They have the previs. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
I
would.
know. I
I
just
would.
think
sucks,
things
man.
like
It sucks, man.
it's
I don't know.
tough that like we got like I mean it's been said before, but like the Trace and Rafa stuff when there's that stuff with like Anakin and Obi-Wan like and I don't know and they're talking and Anakin's upset
Yeah,
about
Crystal
I
Story,
argue the Trace and Rafa stuff because we need to see where Ahsoka was. That was
and that arc
that was
and
what they
Ahsoka's
accomplished with-
walkabout also had a lot of work done on it already. That was already a
Right.
pre-established
Yeah.
arc. Trace and Rafa were a different character. They were this
Right.
guy, but like that scene where she meets them, like shot for shot, was shown
Was
in like
the same.
2014.
Right.
Like that. They had worked a lot on making that
Right.
arc already.
I think you can still show where Ahsoka's at with much better storytelling.
I
and
can
just a
agree with
better
that, but
story in
yeah,
general.
that's fair.
I don't know about much better. I think what they could have done is they could have done instead of 4 or 3 4-part arcs, done 2 4 parts and then 2 like 2-parters. Because the
Yeah,
Trace and
yeah,
Rafa
yeah.
one, you definitely could have
That
condensed.
could have
them.
been condensed. The
I mean-
whole
it's the third. It's the
second
third one.
episode. Second episode was a waste of time. No, wait,
no,
was
no,
it?
it's the
It's
third
4
one.
episodes.
They go
Yeah,
to
it's
jail
3.
and then
It's
they
where
get
they go to
out
jail
and
They
and
go
then
back
go
to
back.
jail.
Yeah.
I hate that. Oh
Well,
my god.
the Bad Batch connection in that one is fun, but I don't know if you know.
remember that.
So in
What
the
is it?
prison, they let those 2 guys out, and then
Mhm.
those are the guys in Sid's bar in Bad Batch, the Ithorian and the Weegway,
Oh
Right.
yeah.
and like that's fun. But like, I don't hate those episodes as much as some people, but yeah, it could have been condensed.
No,
Um,
I remember. Oh my god, I remember watching that episode. And at the end of it, I was like, I
No.
did not just watch that. I did not just watch that. I did not
Personally-
just watch
personally,
that, dude.
I think-
Come
I
on
think
now.
Personally, I think the arc
Damn.
that could have, should have, and could have been cut was Bad Batch.
Bad Batch.
That's just me. I think Bad Batch.
Yeah.
I think the Bad Batch should have just been 20 episodes, and the first 4 episodes of Bad Batch were the
Were those?
Bad Batch arc.
Mhm.
That's
That's
just
fair.
me though.
Oh, that's fair.
Uh,
I mean,
yeah.
but that definitely could have been the one that could have been taken out because
I think Crystal
it didn't,
Crisis.
it didn't
would have
really,
been
it didn't really serve any purpose towards the.
it was
finale.
all it was purely. And I know like
Just-
it's
just to
not
set up the
it-
show.
Yeah, and which is
Yeah.
what its purpose was way back.
No,
in the
I know.
day, too.
Yeah, clearly, but you know.
But I think Crystal Crisis would have been a much better
yeah,
third part on there. 'Cause, yeah,
Please,
it does
yes.
have that moment with Anakin and Obi-Wan, and it does have some really cool action on Utapau and the Death Star, and like it has cool connections to episode 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
The
I don't know. I just want to see those stories. Like I
I
like,
know, man. That's what I'm saying.
It
Like
literally,
it's just
it
like
literally
but
keeps
they're-
me up
but
at night.
I
Yep.
know the Boba thing keeps me up at night, dude. Like it's so painful because that story could have been so good, and it is good, and it's just like nobody knows about it besides
But you know,
like the
it sucks
diehards.
though.
It's
It sucks because
I
it's
don't
like,
know,
but
man.
without Clone Wars getting
just
canceled,
silly.
we don't get Rebels, and it's like the trade off, because Rebels
That's
is
true.
low
There's some
key.
good
Like,
Rebel
I
stuff.
mean, listen. I'm a Rebels fan, but I would much rather 2 more seasons of Clone Wars than Rebels.
I'm with
I'll say it.
Sheev. I'm with Sheev when I think that when he says that Rebels, Sheev and Meg both have this opinion, that Rebels is like the best Star Wars, And like I don't disagree.
What do they mean the best Star Wars?
Chief
does that mean?
Chief the Wise legitimately thinks that Rebels is like the best Star Wars. Period.
Like just the
Ever?
best Star Wars product.
Yeah, it's like the best story. And
Yeah.
I don't necessarily disagree. Like I can't refute that opinion because it is like Kanan as a character alone.
Kanan's the goat.
So good.
Kanan's-
Ezra,
Kanan's
Hera,
the goat.
Sabine, like the amount of good characters in that show. Thrawn and like Rebels is
Yeah, I do
Rebels
think
is
the story that goes
low-key
through
goated.
is like some top tier Star Wars shit. That doesn't
The
necessarily mean I
Ghost
don't
alone,
think the
like
show.
to make a ship that arrived to me is like almost as cool, if not cooler, than a Millennium Falcon. Like if someone asked me what Star Wars ship you'd have, I would say a VCX 100. I want the Ghost. Like that, like what they did with that show, the Ralph McQuarrie art design. Like some people don't like it. Some of the shots, man, like it looks like you're looking.
No,
it's amazing.
No, yeah, I will say I think the art style as animation doesn't
Ahsoka
work
and
for me,
Vader,
but
like the world between worlds.
crazy.
I don't know if
I
I
don't
could
know. I guess it's a little tough for me. But I, mean,
I don't know
like,
if I could
I
trade
no,
that.
I love Rebels. I love Rebels. I don't get me wrong. But I mean, like two more, especially those 2 seasons of Clone Wars.
I
That's tough
know.
for me.
And it's a
That's
tough,
tough,
it's a
man.
Sophie's choice, and I hope that
I
one
don't know,
day,
man.
I hope one day, when I'm president of Lucasfilm,
Right.
I'll force someone.
Right.
I'll bring Dave Filoni out of retirement. I'll say, Dave,
Dave, come out. Come back.
I need you
back
to
for me.
make these seasons for
listen,
me,
Dave.
if
Yeah.
nothing else.
Right.
Because Jesus Christ, I want to see Dark Disciple fully animated. I
Dark
want
Dis-
to.
Ah,
wanna see-
bro, that scene is so good too.
I
It's
want to see
true.
these things. You know,
Mm.
it's my child.
Painful.
It's such a shame that it got
I'm
canceled.
in excruciating pain. That's me.
Yeah,
I'm
I
pain over
think
this.
if Rebels got to do, and I'm
We should
usually
title
not the
this
kind of
podcast "Pain." Just
I'm usually
anyways.
not the kind of guy that's like, oh, it's too childish. But because I watch cartoons, I'm a big cartoon fan. But I think
Just
if
kidding.
they got to do what some of Clone Wars
Sorry.
got to do,
Wait, what do you mean in
with like
Rebels?
how dark it can get, or just how I don't know, great. Because sometimes Rebels, at the end of the day, there are some episodes that just like
no,
it's
I
like
don't agree. Rebels goes dark. Rebels
they beat
goes
around the
it's
bush
there.
a lot more than how direct Clone Wars was. And I know it's two different. I mean, it's Disney to Cartoon Network.
It's also meant. It's also the different eras of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One, it's meant to be like the OT versus the prequel trilogy,
Right.
which is why PG-13 Revenge of the Sith is wildly more violent than anything in the OT, and Rebels is meant to.
Well, Rebels
be
also a different
OT.
rating, right? It's
That's
a
true.
younger rating. The show.
It is
I mean, there's
technically
nothing I can
Well,
do about
I mean,
much like how the original
yeah.
trilogy is all PG and Revenge
that. I
of the
mean,
Sith is
I'm saying it's
PG-13.
quite literally like a younger rating. Like the show is rated for a younger audience,
Yeah,
and
it's
therefore
TV
they
it's
can't.
yeah,
They can't.
I don't remember what
work
it
around
was.
that.
It's TV7. And Clone Wars is like
Yeah.
TV10.
And up. Don't forget.
TV 10.
It's like
No,
12
so
or
it's
10.
just for 10-year-olds.
10 times 2.
10
10
times
two.
2. I don't.
It's good.
To
It's
me,
good math.
to me, the Rebels age thing never bothered me because it is so explicitly meant to be like A New Hope, which
Yeah.
is like to capture
Which I
that,
think it definitely encapsulates that. Of course,
which
it does.
to capture that vibe of like wonder and youthful, like it has that joy, but also tackles serious themes. Where Clone Wars is meant to be like Revenge of the Sith, eventually, where it is just this dark. Like Clone Wars is the most depressing show of all time when you think about it. Every character, like half of the main characters, are gonna die. Most of them are gonna get brainwashed by the end of it into killing their
Yep.
friends. All
Yep.
of it is pointless. Like the whole thing is pointless.
It's good though, is
it
it not?
it
The
is a
journey there. Come
It
on
is
now.
a depressing show
me a-
by its
yeah,
nature.
it
Like
is.
It's true.
it cannot have the same vibe as OT, where you're building to the rebellion, Luke Skywalker, A New Hope, overthrow,
Right.
like blowing up the Death Star. Like that is a hopeful moment. Whereas
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith is like the darkest moment, and building to
Yeah,
that is
but
a
no,
little
it's
bit
good
different.
though.
I just think sometimes the
It's my
Empire.
favorite.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
my favorite era.
You should check out Clone Wars sometime. It's a good show.
Yeah, it's
I
my
just think
favorite era. So
I think sometimes the Empire is shown to
too.
be, and again,
Literally,
they
hold
have to
on.
work within the rating. The Empire is shown to be a little too goofy sometimes, or a little too not
In
much
Rebels?
of a threat. Yeah, I don't think the
Yeah.
rebellion, like they
Literally
do lose
this.
to them, but
There's a reason why this is my
Literally
favorite
that.
comic. Like, look at the era, like Kanan in the silhouette. Look at the Republic gunship and the shot. Ugh,
It's a
like
good
this
comic, good
this
cover.
era.
I think it's one of my favorite comic covers of all time.
It's a good one.
it's pretty sweet. Too bad they kind of retconned it.
Yeah, don't remind me.
Well, yeah, part of that. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
part of that.
Here's
comic.
like
But yeah,
Parts of it, but parts of it aren't. It's so confusing. So, because if I can just rant about it for a little bit. So this comic
Okay.
written by
I've
you
read
see
it too,
that?
so I can jump in.
written by Greg Wiseman.
Greg
And
Wiseman.
on there it says the secret
It's
history
too
of Kanan from
blurry,
Star Wars
but
Rebels.
yeah,
You can see it there. It says Star Wars Rebels. You can see that there.
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Greg
It's-
Wiseman literally was a writer on Rebels. This comic was not like, oh, we're gonna do a tie-in. This was written explicitly by the Rebels team to be canon to Rebels. And then
Right.
in Rebels, even if that one scene is retconned, they make multiple references to this comic when he's talking to Fen Rao. He talks about the siege of Maigito. You
Yeah.
see that in this comic. So it's not
in
like
this- right.
it's hard for me to imagine that like this is the canon version to me. Like the events
Yeah.
in Bad Batch, I make them fit in my head. But like this version is the most true to what Kanan's story is because it was
Yeah,
literally the Rebels.
I much rather
It was-
that version than
It was
the Bad Batch
literally the
version.
Rebels team who made this, and they reference other parts of the
I
comic
mean, but like,
in Rebels.
it's not like how different
Very
is it? It's
confusing.
just like the clones. I mean, the clone thing. I don't know.
I mean, there's literally scenes that don't happen, right? Like in
well,
the Bad Batch versus how it goes down.
It
in-
takes
No.
place. It takes place on the same planet.
yeah, it's the
same,
same.
like there are,
Everything's the same. Besides,
there are characters mentioned that are in the comic. There
Right.
are
Right.
It's just the Bad Batch is there, and it happens at a different like time. I don't know. I make it work in my head.
Right. It is
I
just
know, but
weird,
I'm trying to
though.
think how different. How different is it? It's not even.
Very.
I mean, there's like stuff that like Kanan
Just the
says and does, right?
clones.
That's like completely
I
different
don't
than
think
what.
so.
I mean, in the comic, the Bad
we
Batch
don't
don't run
see
in.
that.
and-
We don't see that.
well, one of the
stuff
scenes
in
is
the comic. I thought.
one of the scenes. The
trying
Order
to think.
66 scene in the comic is set at night, around a
right.
campfire.
Oh,
and,
you're right.
like it's a much different vibe of
Yeah.
the scene. And essentially,
Right.
in my head, that scene happens, and then when Kanan runs off, that's when he runs into the Bad Batch because
Bad Batch.
that still works. Like that's why I was so mad. Is because you could have still made it.
Worked.
You
could
could have easily
It
made it
could've
happen.
worked.
Like it works very well,
I
actually.
mean, it's
in
Dave
my head.
Filoni too. Like he's doing both these things.
Well, not
It
exactly.
wasn't
but
Dave.
yeah.
No, Bad Batch
It wasn't Dave.
Is not.
It wasn't
I
Dave.
mean, it's.
I mean,
it's,
he
it's,
prob-
probably
the
like
showrunner,
supervised
wasn't
it.
it?
it's
behind the
Brad.
scenes
It's
kinda
Brad
thing,
and
but
Jennifer.
it's
They were
Brad.
the.
Okay,
They were the.
fair.
They were Bad Batch. Much
Right,
like
Right. It's just
Dave,
weird. I mean, I'm
Dave
sure
hasn't
he
worked
could
on
have had a
anything
say in
animation
that.
like fully since like Siege of Mandalore.
Right.
And even that he
Right.
came back out of doing Mandalorian and like actual live action stuff to do just
To do
that
it, to
and
do
then
that.
went back because like
Right.
I'm
come
just
on now,
saying, like, if he cared enough, he would have seen that. I'm not saying he doesn't care. I'm just saying clearly it wasn't like a huge issue for him.
I don't know.
Like
and
he would have probably.
and
been
ultimately
like,
and
"Yo, you're
ultimately it's not
retconning this."
that it's ultimately not that big of an issue. It's like it's whatever. Like to me,
Yeah.
I make it work in my head. In my head canon, it's the comic version because it's
The
much,
reaction is very funny. Our
Yeah,
reaction of you
I'm
watching
not
that, and
pleased.
you're
Oh,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah,
everyone's
I-
like, "Whoa!" And you're like,
I haven't seen that in a while. I have to check it
It's a
out.
funny one. It's funny.
a
I'm
good
not.
time.
But what's also a shame though is the scene in Bad Batch is really good with particularly not,
It is
not
a good scene.
like with Crosshair and Hunter and like
I love how
Kanan
it's
Lana. It's good stuff.
I love how it's Oh my god, why am I blanking on his name?
It's Freddie Prinze Jr.
What was
as
that? Freddie
yeah,
Prinze Jr. Like the
yeah, that
the
was
young
weird.
Kanan.
I don't know why they did that.
it sounds really gross.
Woo!
He sounds like a
That's a good one.
30-year-old man.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Well,
I'm trying to think. What is what
Hey,
are some of
hey,
our
you want to know
favorite-
something? You know what's next in canon catch up? It's Kanan. That's what we have to read, and we've been
Is it
waiting.
really?
on
Good. I
that
already
for-
read it, so
for
I'm done.
months.
I'll catch up on it though. I'll
is
read
that
it.
next up? That seems like we're moving along.
We're done. We're done with prequel. Earliest
Yeah,
Levi
yeah,
era.
we literally
we did it all.
Johnny and I finished the prequel era
They only made that many comics.
like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
I know. I watched the episode.
They made
I just feel
there's
like-
I'm trying to think.
I guess
think
we did.
the
I guess we did
most-
3 an episode, right? So
Yeah.
We
The
did-
most
we did a
co-
lot.
yeah.
I would say the comics that are like the era that the comics are made in the most, I think, is between 3 and 4. I would say, right? Because they got a lot of stuff in
They
between.
got a lot
you
to
got
work with there.
Kanan
no,
Vader.
No. Easily the most is easily.
OT.
Please, easily the most.
I'm not. I
during the OT.
during
Yeah.
the
Between episodes.
Oh yeah, because
3
they got
or
like the
4
Skywalker, the
yeah,
regular Star Wars run,
between
and then
episode 4 and 6, there are
Han, Lando.
hundreds of comics that are the main series. The Darth Vader runs, both
Darth
Darth
Vader
Vader
run.
runs. Afra.
Well, I thought the Darth
Tony
Vader
Hunter's-
one was. Oh yeah, Afra's there.
Well,
that's
there's
right.
3
Right,
Darth
yeah.
Vader runs. There's one that's during the
There's one that's
Dark Times,
during,
and there's 2
yeah.
that are during the OT. So
Right.
there's
Right.
one between 4 and 5, and another between
Yeah,
5
yeah.
and 6. So like there's way
and then
the
the
most
Bounty
content
Hunter
is
stuff, the Boba stuff.
that's all during the OT. There's tons of stuff during the OT.
All right. Anyways,
But yeah, we covered the prequels. We went through all
Yeah.
the Age of Republics. We went through
it was fun.
Son of
I
Dathomir.
never wanted to stop doing the show. I just think since we didn't, it wasn't doing.
Well, I mean, shows started
Well-
coming up and stuff, and then we were just.
Yeah,
I
guess
think
just
I
got
think we can
distracted.
still do it. Views be damned to something to put out because it's only like 20 minutes. to record.
I like doing it. I like
Yeah.
doing it. I mean, it's just trying to find a time to read the comics, but I mean, which hasn't been too bad. But
Not too bad. Not too shabby. Not too bad.
Not too
Anyways.
shabby. Well, we have been running for about hour 11 minutes 40 seconds. Got it. What do you guys say we take this one out?
I don't know. I don't want to. I feel like I got a lot to say, but it's all right.
You have a lot to say? It didn't look
That's
like you
fine. I
had
got a lot to say.
I have a lot
saw-
to do. So if you guys
Yeah.
want to say it
No,
now.
that's good.
No,
It's
Dylan's
good.
gonna go. All right, we're
Yeah,
gonna wrap
Dylan's
it
gotta
up.
go.
So thank you, everybody, and we
wanna
will catch
defend-
you guys on the live stream on Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
I don't what maybe something will come up in between the podcast and the live
I just
stream.
want to.
maybe,
I just
we'll
want
see.
to hold Book of Boba Fett close to me and give it a hug.
Well, I
It's safe.
don't. I want to
You're
push
allowed
it
to do
away. I
that.
want to leave it on the
I
street.
want
No,
to
I'm
give
kidding.
it a
I'm kidding.
handshake and then go
kidding.
about my day.
Yeah,
Love it.
that's kind of where
It's
I'm
my
at
little-
with Dylan. So
Watch
yeah,
it again.
thank
You
guys.
scum. You literal scum.
Okay, man. Okay, man. Thank you. All right, everybody. We will see you.
And I bet Stephen Stanton's knees.
Goodbye.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.